Ni hao, and welcome back to the Chinese campaign. So, the Japanese are down, but not completely broken yet, although they mostly have submarines left. They do have some surface ships, a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser there, and I'm pretty sure they have a battleship somewhere being repaired. Let's see. I don't know where it is though. Because there was that one ship that was that I accidentally auto-resolved a battle against, and it was heavily damaged. Was it in Naha? I think I found it last. Yeah, there it is. So that could potentially ruin my invasion if it suddenly pops out of port just on the last turn. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope it either stays in port longer than the invasion lasts, or pops out before, so I can sink it. Let's see, was there army logistics? 29%, minus up to 14 now. It's improving. Theirs is not worsening as much as I had hoped. But maybe next turn? That's the advanced marine engines. And some kind of gun. Probably Mark IV 17. Let's go. February 1942. That's the actual Chinese New Year, where the year of the water horse begins. Alright. Britain is not liking Japan. I'm now blockading them. That is nice. Their admiral is replaced. Danyang fighting a submarine. My light cruisers are much better at fighting submarines than surface ships. Ooh, let's see if it can take on 4 of them. It can. They are, and another one. There we go. Battlecruiser Beijing is hunting light cruiser Sakawa and a convoy of 7 transports. Let's go. Let's see if I can somehow lose another light cruiser this time. Oh, Beijing has taken some damage. Oops. There we go. Yeah, we're targeting the Sakawa. And these transports have torpedoes, 14-kilometer torpedo range, which we are almost inside of. I think Beijing might be better off just loading HE for that light cruiser, because it doesn't have that much armor. 1.1 on the main belt, and I can pen that at pretty much any range with HE. Let's just make sure none of these have launched their torpedoes, because that could get ugly. And they're firing guns too. Lots of 4.6s. Yeah, we're still targeting the light cruiser, although accidentally hitting some transports. It's fine, I guess. Sakawa is hurting. Sakawa is not gonna last long. There we go. There are torpedoes in the water. Who launched? Okay, now let's just fight the convoy. You can turn your torps off. Who launched that torpedo? That just went here. I guess it was initially aimed at my my light cruiser before it turned. None of these guys have launched. Or maybe they have and just have really fast reload time. Kari goes down. I think I can get a little bit closer with Beijing. And this is effectively just a slaughter at this point. There we go, you launched some torpedoes. I think they're all launching now. So let's just try to not get hit. They are fast torpedoes, not stealthy electric torpedoes. Got lots of torps. Would be typical to lose another light cruiser against a transport. How to not last transport afloat. Let's maneuver a little bit with the Beijing. There we go, it's getting hit. 3-inch guns on Zhangqi opening up. And there we go. That was pretty good. Alright, and Vusho is fighting a heavy and a light. I thought that was a very new ship, but apparently she's got veteran crew already. Or is Fuzhou one of the originals? One of the 2 first ones. And not one of the ones that were launched a couple of months ago. I forget. Someone correct me. Drop down to cruising speed. "35 kilometers, that's quite the range. We can get closer. Ooh, accidentally hitting the light cruiser. I'd like to see that. Because the light cruiser could potentially run away from me. Let's target the light cruiser first, actually. While it's still limited to the top speed of the heavy cruiser. Because if I sink the heavy first, this guy's just gonna run away and I will never catch up to it. There we go, flooding. will not be so fast now. More flooding. And engine damage. And now that it's slowing down, it's gonna be much easier to hit. Yeah, it won't last long. There she goes. Otago is trying to run. It's also a little bit faster than the Fuso. 0.1 knots. But if I can hit it and slow it down just a little bit, she will not be able to run away. Let's close in. Straight at her. Although she could still get away. I should have switched just before sinking the light cruiser. But also, Otago is not running away in a straight line. There we go. Some damage. And flooding. Okay, we got her. I've not taken much damage. Most of this is from a previous battle. Stick with the AP, Fuso. AP is perfect for the Nikoshirana class heavy cruisers. So they got just enough armor that HE will not pen. And AP will not overpen. There we go, some more flooding. Now only making 25 knots. Just gonna get even slower now. Rudder damage, flash fire. Yep, she's about ready to get a fork stuck in her. Six-inch gun's doing some work too. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I actually also have to not run out of ammunition. I just realized that's actually a possibility because she's not been fully supplied since the previous battle. So I want to try and get a little bit closer. There we go. Now we can go broadside. Chance to hit is getting very good. And she's down. That's what I like to see. Alright. Wow, Soviet Union. Where are you running into all of those mines? France? What the heck? Also, Japan really suffering from transport losses now. Belgium wants to buy heavy cruisers. Total profit of 71%. I wish there was a way you could renegotiate instead of just clicking yes or no. So 14,000 times 3. That's like 42,000. Yeah, we can make that. Can't we? Yeah. Just barely. But that would put a limit on what I can build for myself. And only 71% profit for ships that are kind of cheap to begin with. It's not really that valuable. France is losing all her colonies. Well, might lose them. Yeah, where are you running into those minefields? Soviet Union here? Just outside of Prussia? I think so. Either that or sailing through the Mediterranean, which is basically one big minefield. That's one reason I don't like mines in this game. Not because I take a lot of mine damage, but the AI just fills the entire Mediterranean with minefields and just damage each other's ships a lot, and then I can't fight them because they're being repaired or sunk. Okay, let's see here. Let's hunt submarines. Fuzhou, you can join one of these. Probably this one. Jiangqi, you can move up here. Beijing, you can join in here, provide some more tonnage. Lai Wu being repaired. Send out a couple of DDs here to hunt some more submarines. How many do they have left? I sank quite a few now. Yeah, they only have 5 submarines left. That's it. That's the entire Japanese Navy. They now have the same army logistics as I do. All right. 2 months remaining here. 69% chance to succeed. Nice. When's the first new ship arriving? 6 months. And 10 for another couple of battle cruisers. Actually 5 for a battleship. And then we actually have enough spare shipbuilding capacity to build something cool. Let's go. March. Lots of submarine battles, but that's usually something you don't want to see. But in this case, that's exactly what I wanted. Heavy damage to that one. Medium damage. Heavy and heavy. Sunk and took medium damage on one of my DDs. And the Soviet Union. That's 2 battle cruisers and a battleship. Transport losses. Britain. What are you doing? Yeah, they both have problems, and I think Japan just lost part of Korea. And I'm attacking some Japanese transports. Sank 2 of them. Let's send this DD here. It's a mine clearing submarine. Okay, is this the 2 battle cruisers? That could be it. And their battleship got sent home for repair. Maybe. Perhaps. Or could it be... I don't know. Could be multiple Soviet task forces taking lots of mine damage. How's our relationship to the Soviets now? Minus 66. So we might have a war on our hands quite soon. Let's see, are we getting still advanced marine engines? No sign of the gas turbines. Let's prioritize armor quality as well, because I don't have modern 2 yet. If I for some reason only get advanced marine engines here, not the gas turbines, I'm just going to deprioritize it. 1 turn remaining. Do I have any big ships left in port somewhere? Yeah, here we go. One heavy cruiser. Which task force needs more heavy cruisers? None of them really. Tsingtao, DDs. Send them up here. Continue sinking Japanese submarines. 12%. Nice. Now, if only my army would realize that, yeah, we can actually start pushing into Korea now. That would be nice. When this is done, I want to start an invasion of Formosa. Actually, I can initiate that now. Formosa, 152,000 tons. Let's go. Alright, April. And my unrest did not go up. I think that means I got Okinawa. France had a revolution. Color me not surprised. Let's do the submarines. Sank 1 submarine. 2. 3. Okay, I was hoping the DD would take care of that one. Only light damage. Oh, and these got joined together. That was not my intention, but I sank those 2. Chile, allied to, was it the Soviet Union? Oh, France losing a lot of allies. Yes, I gained Okinawa. Very nice. Where did that Japanese battleship end up, though? It would be nice if you capture a port that has enemy ships in it, you got the ships. Because they don't just disappear, right? There is a Japanese battleship now somewhere. Yokosuka, Tokyo, Maizuru, Matsuyama, Sasebo. Did it end up here? Yes, Saipan. Tiny little island with a battleship. There we go. And this DD will just fight that submarine. My submarines are attacking some transports. Sank 2 of them. Ooh, we have an enemy DD. An actual surface combatant. Let's send these 3 DDs out somewhere here too. Fine. There we go. So we're going to have a fight versus a single lone enemy DD that will probably just try to run away. What kind of control station is this? Advanced fire control. Yeah, probably Mark 417s. Let's go. June. Alright, we got both a meeting and a convoy, so we are getting some surface action in. The US likes me. The Soviet Union does not like me. Britain does not like Japan, because they are at war. Do the submarines first. Oh, Futuguan took heavy damage, but we sank a submarine. Jiuliang taking 8 transports, doing some damage to a port. DD on DD. Alright, how's this gonna go? That's the ones with all the torpedoes. Even more than mine. That is an 18 torpedo volley. Not that many guns though. Valued at almost twice the amount of cost. It's mine more than twice maintenance cost. But it's also faster. So I would say my DD is a little bit inferior. But they are mostly set up for long-range torpedo strikes, and they do excel at that thing. Let's see, east. There we go, got the RDF ping. I see the radar ping. They're probably gonna spot me first because my tower spotting is quite trash. They got that close before being spotted. It's gonna be difficult to dodge this. But I manage. Will they dodge mine? That's the question. I think they did. Yeah. They detected my torpedoes. Angry smoke cloud spotted. There it is. They got even more torpedoes? Did they not launch the whole load in the first volley? What kind of torpedo reload speed do you have? That was 2 full torpedo dumps. And they are only 21 inch. 307 seconds. Reload. Yeah, I guess. Come on now, score some hits. Stick with AP. You got semi-AP, that's good versus DDs, but now they are completely out of torpedoes. There we go, flooding. Flooding 2. We might have this now. Maybe, perhaps. Engine damage. I'm taking flooding 2. Lots of flooding. Conning tower damage. Fish in the water. Numakaza. Somehow I've got a lot more flooding than they do. Yeah, I can't fire straight off my bow. And I can't fire to the side either because of angle issues. Oh, that is terrible. Yeah, I'm not winning this. Yeah, nope. Yeah, that's right. The way my guns are mounted, they cannot fire straight forwards. I kind of forgot about that. And I was so sure I had it when I got the first couple of flooding hits in. They were able to fix their engine damage. Wow, Italy. Yeah, just Mediterranean things. When the AI of a Mediterranean country is okay. Germany. When the AI of a controller of a Mediterranean country is at war with another Mediterranean country, and the whole Mediterranean is just one big minefield, I take a lot of mine damage. Let's try and improve relations with the Soviets. Spain really doesn't like me for some reason. They're like at the nowhere near me, and they've got a very pitiful GDP. Minus 30% GDP growth for nationalist government. Oh, I got a minus 25%, so not that much better. Just somehow it's still growing at 5.4% per year in wartime, which is very surprising. What are you doing now, Austria? And trying to invade Serbia? Germany pushing into France. They're gonna take northern France. That's my chance here. 84%. That's the lone little Didi. That's another lone little Didi. Submarines sailing around. Yeah, we should be able to get that one. Laiwu. And wow. Zheng Yao Yuanzi. Probably mispronounced. Fighting an enemy light cruiser and an enemy DD. This has never worked out for me, so maybe this time it will work. Because, you know, the definition of madness is giving up just before you succeed. Turn the torps off. Lai Wu will probably be the one to spot them first. Oh, almost definitely, because she's got the actual tower spotting here. Zheng, I'm just gonna call it Zheng, can probably provide some assistance with long-range torpedoes. I kind of want to design a new class of DDs now. But also, I really wanted to wait until I got gas turbines, because the gas turbines makes it so much easier to actually build a fast DD. And still have some displacement left over for things other than just the engine, like torpedoes and guns. Convoy spotted. That's the light cruiser. Now we're gonna do the old Italian trick of aiming our torpedoes straight at the convoy, because the escorts are just veering about and gonna be very hard to actually hit with torpedoes, because it might go this way when I'm launching, and with the lead adjusted for that, my torpedoes will be aimed over here, but then it's gonna turn and just circle the convoy. So it's kind of hopeless. But if I just aim for the convoy, I do have a decent chance that the escorts will find themselves in between the actual targeted transport And my torpedoes. Lai Wu opening up with guns. Main guns on Oshio. While she is still visible. These torpedoes are going very wide. I don't have the highest hopes that they're gonna hit anything, but at least there is a chance. There's the light cruiser. Got at least a couple of torps heading towards the smoke cloud it's in. Oh, that one detonated in the water. Okay, we're not gonna get any torpedo hits on the light cruiser like that. That enemy DD just launched. Let's just double back. We have inflicted flooding on the enemy DD. Zheng has torpedoes again. I'm gonna launch another spread aimed at the transports, and just pray we get lucky. There we go. You can target Oshio. See, Lai Wu just tried to torpedo the DD while it was turning around, and that just does not work out in this game. There we go. Torpedoes from Zheng. Maybe. We're hitting the transports. But that's like not that big a deal, because we can sink those anytime. Oh, we actually struck the enemy light cruiser with a dud torpedo. Lai Wu was not hit by a dud torpedo, but the Lai one. That's very unfortunate. I think Lai Wu has had enough. Let's just finish off the transports and go home. Oh wow, Zheng. We'll be lost now. Yeah. You got even more torpedoes. Yeah, that one torpedo hit on Lai Wu really messed me up. But at least we only have one transport left to kill, and it's invisible. No, it sank. Good. That's all of the transports. None of the escorts, though. That's why I wanted heavy cruisers in my ports to take care of these kind of missions. Well, the light cruiser was sent out to deal with the submarines. Okay, I'm not getting away. I'm at least gonna try and put my firepower to use. Sink that DD. Torpedo that light cruiser? Nope. Sadly not. There we go. Flash fire too. Just to be sure. Well, I did sink the entire convoy. So that's something. Alright, yeah. Light cruiser crew in the Chinese Navy, probably not the greatest job ever. But we are really beating the Japanese on army logistics now. If only the army would actually make use of that advantage. Let's see, are we gonna try and design another class of DD? Maybe. What do we have here? Repairing. And repairing the Beijing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's see. Hualong ready in 2 months. Just in time to take part in this. Yeah, let's design a DD. At a slightly higher budget than the one we have. It's still gonna have to do the same thing that Chongqing Bay does so well with the long-range torpedo strikes, but it must also be able to actually combat enemy DDs. Hull form 91, 88, 85, 83, 83, 75. This one is the, yeah, that's that one. The big one. I think that's going to be very expensive no matter what I do. Compact. That one maybe. Let's see, 3,000 tons. Let's do a slightly reduced beam and draft. Well, slightly reduced draft. Quite a bit reduced beam. Let's go -6. And yeah, I know that will negatively affect my stability, but let's see, Chongqing Bay, 36 knots. The Japanese ones are doing 38. So that's what I want to go for initially. Gear turbines 2. Or diesel 2. No, gear turbines 2, I think. Towers. We got a choice of a lot of heavy towers here. But at least they have decent tower spotting. Secondary tower, we're gonna use the tiniest one. That one. Funnel 45 or 39. Well, it seems the 39 funnel capacity works fine. Yeah, let's use that one. Oil 2. That's kind of expensive. 482 million. If I slow it down slightly to 37, 407. I guess we just have to make it a little bit smaller still. Just to make it cheaper. And 2500. Okay, that's the minimum. Range is now not good. $2,600. $2,700. Okay, we can go with that. Aft weight offset. Let's go like this, and this time these will have forward firing arcs. Doubles. Oh, that's not a great firing arc, but okay. Torpedo tubes. Quintuple launchers. That is fine. They're gonna be 22-inch and oxygen fueled. Okay. Let's see. Do we save any weight with diesels? No. No. Geared turbines is the way to go. I think oil 1, yeah, just to save cost. Because that's a pretty big price increase from oil 1 to oil 3. Modern 1 doesn't cost me much. Yeah, we're adding on some weight now. Double reinforced anti-flood. Do I have to go up to 3,000 to make this work? That's a very big DD. That's a very expensive DD. Yeah, that's better. And -4, I guess, instead of -6. Guess we have to go down to 37.5. Didn't do a whole lot. Oh, let's go back up to 38. Triple base TNT4. Auto 2. That is all fine. I'm still not sure how I'm supposed to RDF, because it does help with the ASW, which is now very good. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, no. Depth charges just do not add much. Minesweeping is necessary. We are overweight by 26%. Okay, and we're gonna go back up to 3,000 tons. Let's move everything off a little bit. Still overweight. 37 knots. 36. Come on, 35. Nah, no. I just don't think this is working. Because either I don't have the stuff I need for good DD, and this tower here is taking up a lot of the weight because the added percentage weight increases. No, we gotta do a different hull. Modern destroyer leader. Fine. 3,000 tons. 38 knots. That is my desired speed. Only oil 1 gives you minus 10% boiler weight. Okay. Okay. I think, like, unless you really need the extra little bit of funnel efficiency, it's really no point in going more than oil 1. Like semi-oil, yeah, you save some more money, but at the cost of weight and a lot of other things. So these are the trash towers with the terrible tower spotting. Here we go, decent tower spotting. Not as good as the other one we were looking at, though. 3,000 is the best. Funnels. Terrible funnel capacity. Wow. $18, $19. Come on, can you not turn backwards? Balanced. That's 2,000 tons right there. It doesn't add that much, really. Okay, 54. So I can do 2 of those. Why does it turn backwards? There we go. I can do 2 of those. It did it again. What the... I actually have to hold down shift to make it not turn backwards. That is strange. Okay. Still got weight to play with. Still got my speed. I don't have my range. Yeah, I really don't have my range. If I go with a slightly bigger funnel forwards, oh, it's not really liking that. Can I even fit my turret up here? Maybe. Yeah, our range is pretty trash. Secondary tower, tiny barbette tower. I might fit the funnels down here after all. If I can't do super firing... No. Yeah, no. Turrets have to be mounted down here. I mean, funnels. Could have one up there and one down there. I mean, that is possible. But now, though, not too expensive. Still got displacement to play with. Let's go back up to 3,000. No. No. 2,900. There we go. 2,950. 2,940. Okay. Fine. Torpedoes. Minimum requirement is 10 22-inch torpedoes. Because that's what the Chongqing Bay has. Got a bit of a forward offset, not too terrible. Yeah, not too terrible. Standard funnel, small. Can I fit a medium here? Yes. Like so. That does improve my range a little bit. Okay, let's go modern 1. Can I go with the shaft and the auxiliary engine? The unbalanced rudder and the electric. Yeah, getting kind of expensive here. Like so. Auxiliary 3 is the first one that actually gives you more operational range. The other ones take it away. Double bottom. Yeah, we're getting overweight again. Fine, let's turn the range down. Let's turn the beam down. Let's turn it down more. Yeah, it's not going to be too stable now, is it? It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. And it does save me some weight by making the ship lighter. Oh, the engine lighter. And it also slightly increases my range. Standard ratio, main shells. Triple base, TNT-4. What kind of range do we have? 11 kilometers. Electrical 2 turrets, because I do need them to actually turn around. Coincidence. And here we go. We are a little bit overweight again. It does need the minesweeper things and the submarine hunter things. ASW not amazing. 1450. I think that's still better than the Tonquing Bay. Let's see here. Fore belt, aft belt. Main deck is good for stability. Can I turn these in a little bit more? Saving some weight and improving that offset. Can also reduce the bulkheads. Do I really have to? Yeah, that ruins like everything. And does it though? Yeah, engine efficiency becomes worse. No longer 100%, but is 88.4 really that bad? Let's go 37.5, see if that's like a magical number. It isn't. 37? No. 39 and 38. Not a big difference. Fine. I want to see if I can make 39 then. This makes the hull a little bit longer. But we are now less overweight in terms of percentage. So that's something. If we're going to replace that with that. Yeah, it's a heavier funnel. But that does give me more range. 12% overweight. With more range like that, I can drop down the auxiliary engine. This would be so much easier to build if I only had gas turbines. Wow, oil 2 is heavier than oil 1? That really doesn't make sense to me, but okay. Guess it's because only oil 1 has that boiler weight reduction. That's stuff I never noticed before. I need my turrets to turn quickly though, so semi-auto reloading, that gives me what, 8.1 seconds? Or 6.7 seconds. It's not that big of a difference, so I'm gonna save the weight there. Coincidence 4. Let's go coincidence 4. Actually. Semi-balanced rudder? No. Standard bulkheads, that saves a little bit of weight. 38.5. Same top speed as the Japanese ones, give or take. Well, let's drop the beam down too. 4% overweight. 2% overweight. I don't even have any barbette armor. This is quite an expensive DD. We're at more than twice the cost of the Chongqing Bay. And do we really get that much more for what we're paying? 38, 1% overweight. Yeah, it's also got standard bulkheads. Probably why they lose out in a 1v1 versus the Japanese ones. Oh, and I haven't even lengthened the guns. Not that it adds that much weight, because they're kind of light and small to begin with. 10-second reload time. That's not great, but maybe they can hit something at range. One per 21 tons overweight. That's it. That's all. I want my turning rate though. Electro hydro makes no difference whatsoever. It's even more expensive, so okay. Enhanced reloading, there we go. 10.7 seconds. Okay, it's a little slower, but not that bad. All right. Pitch and roll, kind of terrible. We can add some weight to the belts. And the decks. And the barbettes. And the superstructure. There we go. 1 ton under the limit. A little bit of a 4-weight offset. But there we go. That's the Jingxing class of DD. 2 knots faster than Chongqing Bay. At twice the cost, though. And they got the same firepower and the same torpedo armament. So, is it really a good upgrade? I'm not sure. ASW is a little bit better though. 1427. What do the Chongqing Bay have? At least these new ones can fire straight off the bow. Come on, Chongqing Bay, show me your 795. I thought they had higher than that. Okay, so the new ones are twice as good at hunting submarines. So, okay, they are an upgrade. Alright, Jingxing class. How many can we build? Can I build 8? 2 full squadrons of 4? Yeah, that is possible. Shanghai and Haichao. What's the build time? 8 months? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, things are looking up. There might be a time skip, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna bother making an episode just for sinking 2 DDs and some naval invasions. But if I decide to design a new ship, I will bring you back for that. Otherwise, it will probably be whenever things kick off with the Soviet Union or Spain. Britain really likes me. That's nice. Well, goodbye, and take care.